Oh, how's everybody doing?
Everybody's
Doing
fantastic.
Happy Thursday.
That's right. Happy Thursday.
doing just fine. You see, I'm over here in
God, guys. We're in
California.
the second week.
I was in California yesterday. So, despite what I look like, it's not on Capitol Hill.
Oh.
Crazy people.
It's like
So
a
bad.
zombie attack in Washington, D.C. Washington Z, man.
Yeah, but less teeth. Less teeth.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie, I love all the witch hunts that Twitter and TikTok are. Well, it's not even a witch hunt. It's what do you call that? Like private justice. You have these people searching and like releasing and identifying all these people that broke into the Capitol. Like apparently one of the guy that stole the podium, he's married to a doctor in Florida. They've already crashed her entire practice with negative reviews. I love it.
I do
That's
too.
great. That's crazy. He's walking. I saw the photo too. He's all walking away with the podium, smiling. Like, what the fuck?
I don't know. It's insane how much more information keeps getting released out. Like, I still want to know who the dude in that bear suit is. Like, I want to know. Like, it's bugging me.
I was just so outdone by it all. Like just obviously, as someone who cares as much as I do and had worked so hard, like we could not even celebrate John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock for this bullshit. And then it was just like, I felt like the Capitol Police were in cahoots. Like I felt like everybody was in cahoots. Like really, because
yeah.
I'll give the dark note, but I'll make it brief. 2013, Miriam Carey, Black woman, driving her 4-year-old, doesn't even make it past the grounds, like not even close, not even fucking close, shot to death, killed. Black woman, 2013. So this is so like because I've been reporting all this everything for a long time, and that was the first thing I thought of when I saw this foolishness. I was like, these motherfuckers have the barricades, like, and they're scaling the side of the Capitol, and this woman was slaughtered in the public eye. And they told she was crazy, but these people, Elizabeth with her piano scarf and all, did y'all see Elizabeth with that piano scarf? Did y'all see her? Elizabeth was like, she was just like, it's I was pepper sprayed. It's a revolution. I'm like, girl, who told you that? Like, what did they get? Elizabeth was from Tennessee with that. I was like, you dressed.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now.
I'm like, you dressed for revolution. You dressed for revolution, right? Okay. Anyway, that whole thing, man. Oh, man, Shevitz. Yeah.
I think it was a win for the Blue Party. I'm sorry. They made a fool out of all conservatives yesterday. They destroyed everything. Georgia's, 2 more seats. I think it was a big win for the Blue Party. And TikTok was off the charts in videos. I was on TikTok all day looking at all the mayhem and the chaos that was going on. It's so sad that I have to go to TikTok to get videos because the news can only feature certain things before they can get fined. So I was watching everything unravel. But what I think the one thing that just made me so angry was the fact that had it been someone that was Black or Hispanic, they wouldn't have gotten that far. They were let in. The barricade. There's videos of the police removing the barricades, and that's when they went in. And there was videos of the police taking selfies with these protesters.
Yep, shaking hands, hugs. Yeah.
It was surreal. I mean, like all the commentaries out there, I don't like the people who do that job well. I will not mess with it. But I can't think of her first name. Her last name is Packy Eddy. She came out of John Lewis's office, and she was just like, and is it not Tom? Peter Jennings has a space on MSNBC, and he was talking to her, and she was like, laid it plain. This is white supremacy. If you didn't know, this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like when you know that you will not deal with consequences for what you do. When you know that you, like, she even, she like, obviously, again, these are people who do this for that living in terms of news, but like slaves built the White House, but you guys still think you own it. because you can. And then, I mean, it was just on so many levels. It was horrendous. And someone else posted how Trump was, when it came to Portland, we will, do this to people if they, the Capitol building. But of course, my friend posted, we'll wait to see how you're going to deal with the less than 100 arrests from yesterday.
I'd be surprised if a majority of them even get.
Supposedly the FBI has a website available so you can submit information, but nothing's gonna happen. It's infuriating, but nothing's gonna happen.
Y'all didn't even call the National Guard. Like, you all did not.
Pence did, because Trump refused to. Of course, Trump refused to. He was egging them on. His speech was fight,
right?
And then you had his son state fight, resist. What do you think was going to happen after? You literally pushed for this to happen.
Right.
He actually did something that was Doug Stanhope has made a comedy special named after it, just as a joke. But it was something that Hitler once did. Was he walked into a bar, he started talking the way he did, he got them all riled up, got them rioting in the streets, and he walked out the back of the bar.
Wow.
And that's exactly what Trump did, is he did a beer hall putsch. He told them, I'm going to walk with you. Did he walk with you? No, he didn't. He never was gonna. He never loved you. We all knew you didn't. I don't know who I'm talking to. Our audience, we've probably blown away our right-wing audience like over the past several episodes. But seriously, yeah. But hey, on a good note though, New Year, Stacy is back, feeling better.
Back again.
COVID was
Back
not
again. Back
fun
again.
at all. Oh God, you guys, COVID was awful. Like I still don't get how this. So it's like the most random. Like it's so unpredictable. Like everyone in my family got hit differently, and I've told everyone this. The only good thing that came out of COVID was I lost 10 pounds because I could not get out of bed or even open my eyes. Like I was lethargic. My eyes hurt. I couldn't open them. I had the worst headaches, body aches. But now that I finally recovered, it took 14 days on the dot for me to test negative. It varies. So now it's the after effects that I've had. Like I rarely ever got headaches. It was very, very rare that it would happen. Now it's a daily occurrence. And you guys, this is the worst part. Well, actually there's two. One, my desire to drink is completely gone. Like I have no desire to drink alcohol, which might be positive, but for me, it was the only thing helping me through the pandemic. So now I'm screwed. And then the second thing is this is a little TMI, but I'm gonna do this as a warning to you guys to take it seriously, because I heard it's worse for the guys. It's like a Sahara desert down there. Okay, there is no drive. And according to Michael Blackson, he is going through the same thing when he was interviewed by TMZ. The only thing is, girls have alternatives to fix that. But guys, imagine being 30 and being on the pill for the rest of your life because your drive's completely gone. I'm so sorry. It's not worth it. Not worth it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Are you saying that the pill? This is new information for me because I've been on the pill for a very long time. Are you saying the pill helps sex drive? Is that what?
No, I'm not. No. No, I'm saying guys would need to get on the pill in order for them not to have ED. Apparently, your sex drive and your libido just go
right
after COVID.
Did you say libido?
She did.
You know what I meant.
No, I actually like libido better.
Yeah, but
I'm putting it in the. Yeah, it's in there now.
There, but no, it's as dry as the Sahara Desert. Believe me, it's just not gonna work. And to read Anthony's comment, said smoke. I had an edible and it still didn't fix it. So
That's what I was gonna say. Did any of I was gonna say because all that stays on deck. Those are very helpful. So no, okay.
yeah, I mean, if you guys want to kill your sex drive and your desire for alcohol, by all means, go for COVID.
That's on them.
That sounds like a goal.
You know what I'm gonna do in
Maybe I'll be
2021?
able to start building shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna get COVID. Fuck that. Oh my.
Anything, you guys? I'm gonna go for the screen share if you guys got nothing.
I got it.
Oh no, Dan's got it.
Okay. So I'm
Dead air.
excited. This has been a dream of mine for a long time. I'm speaking of COVID and any type of get wellness. Like, did anybody send you any get well cards, Stacey?
I got a lot of food. Thank you guys.
Which is nice. That's nice. Do people? And now that I think about it, do people even like send out greeting cards anymore? Like, do people like? I mean, other than like birthday cards, like, do people mail people greeting cards?
No, I don't.
Right. So I and here's what's interesting. Like, I've always thought, and they have them now. Like, when I was a kid, I always thought there should be, more colored type of people, like not just brown people, but like, so of course, all these greeting company cards have come along and cards are all over the place. But I had some ideas about how, the things that we could celebrate through, we would call them e-cards. And so I'd like to share with everyone, the evolution of greeting cards. And we're excited. I saw the evidence of the PowerPoint coming up. So here we go. Okay. So
He's got a monocle.
PowerPoint because punk rock.
What cards don't say? All right. Let's go to slide number 1. There are other fish in the sea, dude. Like I have. Oh, and in the small print it says, I thought it said fishes. Like here's what I think. I hear men talk about their guy is like so down about a chick, and I think give your bro a greeting card. Let him know there are other fish in the sea, dude. And here's the thing: this goes for ladies too, because we have to tell our girls, and that card is next. But so this was my idea, because I know men are not like kind of touchy feely with the greeting card thing, but I just thought if we made some great e-cards that made it easy to like send a text, that would be like like you can quietly help your bro out by sending him this greeting card. All right, next slide.
That's a question too. It's like there are other fish in the sea, dude.
Right. I mean, but we could easily change it to ladies, but but
I
we
feel like my exes all followed and already got this card.
Say that again. I feel like, what did you say? I didn't hear you.
Oh, I said that I feel like my exes got this card already.
Oh yeah, they probably do.
Yeah. I told my friend there was other fish in the sea, and he's like, "Oh, that's gross. You want a BJ from a fish? That's wrong."
Whoa.
I'm not gonna ask. I don't even want to know. So here is what we say, but I think we can give it to our girls. Dearest Angela, girl, wipe your tears. He's not worth it. Love all your friends, because all of us knew he wasn't worth it from the day that we met him. But you didn't want to hear that. It's okay. But we'll help you now that you have let him go, or he's let you, or whatever happened. This is the card. Wipe your tears. He's not worth it. All right. Any opinions? Any thoughts? Anybody?
Anthony has a response.
Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate it, sir. What do we have next?
It reminded me of one I wanted to do as well, called "Sorry She Cheated on You, but at least you're not the father."
That's a good greeting card. Greeting card. At least you're not the father.
Oh my god, I can picture that with Maury with a big thumbs up, and when you open the card.
Yes. All right, what we got next? Yeah, I agree. It sounds cool.
I'm sorry, I have the control, and I was drinking.
Fired, Dan.
Right, okay.
Fired.
So Katie and Clifford, we got divorced. We thought all of you should know, because I think that I've never been married. Always, but I would imagine like this would be probably the easiest way. The same way people announce weddings, let's just announce
divorce.
Make that easy.
Celebrate good times. Come on.
I like how flowery it is.
But
It's
don't
like,
wait,
don't
wait,
worry.
don't couples do this like on Instagram and Facebook, and they're like, we'd like you to know that we're no longer together, but we respect and love each other dearly. We are currently consciously uncoupling. And then I feel like these people like put this post up, but at the end they're texting each other like, fuck you, bitch, I hate you.
Right.
Like
I agree with you, but I feel like nothing says it like a greeting card. I like just harken to the age of greeting card. Like it was a thing when we were in high school in the 80s to like greeting card stores were a thing. Like it was a thing to go in the stationery store and like just shop for greeting cards for occasions that did not personally exist in your life, but just to shop for them.
you know what? I think there should be a greeting card intended for women when they announce their divorce. And it's just going to be like, I just wanted to tell you. And then they open the card. I fucked up.
Oh, so when the woman messes up, you think she should like give a card to, what do you think?
I think it's the perfect multi-use card because it could also have a picture of her holding a pregnancy test.
Oh.
It's like the perfect announcement. Just, I want you to all know I fucked up.
And Anthony, are you saying your mother loved like Hallmark? Like we all did. Like that was a thing. That like going to the greeting card store in the mall was a thing. Like again, you know, I was in high school in the 80s. So that was something that we did. Going to the mall, period, first of all, and hanging out in the mall. Which I think I don't know if people still do that. I don't because they don't have to. But we used to
that, and I read the Far Side cards a lot.
Right. Right. But I'm just saying now, like obviously, Dan, you are a gentleman of a certain age with a wife and a family. But I'm just saying, like,
she called you old.
No. I mean,
okay. I'm doing that.
Like, thank you, Nick. Because what's a mall? I agree. Oh, speaking of malls, I got something. I saw some news today that was very interesting. I'll get to it hopefully before our guest. But anyway. But no, like I'm not like that, not at all. Because if Dan is old, what does that make anyway? No,
I do like that you have flowers on this because it's symbolic. It's like a flower, our marriage died.
Right, I agree. All right, so I think the next cards get out of the space of love. Yes, this is sarcasm and seriousness at its best. And this is something only happens, I think, in the 20-somethings, because by the time you're 40, you stop loaning people money. I think we hope so. I think sometimes here's the reason I also believe in greeting cards. I really do believe in greeting cards because I think some things are hard to say, to tell someone, but you could give them a card and say it with a card. Like I think, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think this is something you could say with a card, even if you didn't feel comfortable, like, but you wanted someone to know this. I mean, and you know, I did the
like Mary colonoscopy. You don't feel comfortable saying it out loud like I do. So you want to give them a card.
Right. So just, you know, this was an ode to...
I have one better though. I think you should put a big picture of Rihanna and have it say, "Bitch, better have my money." Like,
that might work.
That might work, but that works if you're trying to get the money back. This is the card that says, "Hey, you don't know how to get it back, and I just need you to know that I'm never loaning you money again because whatever." But I think we should make the Rihanna card. I agree with you. I think we should, but I was just in my mind, I was trying to figure out how do you tell someone don't ask me for any more money because I'm never loaning you any more money. Like
at the end of the card, you could put "P.S. See you at 8:30."
No, you know what? No, you know what you could do instead? You can make one look like a police report and be like, "I reported my shit stolen."
That's fun.
There you go.
Oh Lord, Nick says whatever happened to just sending a process server to the door with divorce paperwork. I guess I'm old fashioned. No, Nick, this is for like the rest of the family. The card,
that's what he does for a living.
Oh, okay, got you. Like with Nick, we still need you. You are not a lost art. You are an essential worker, Nick. That was just a way to tell the family without people, you know, like without the awkward phone call. I mean, and here's the thing, most of the time I'm sure, and again, you know, someone's been having the conversation. People know that, you know, she was a brew, but just once it happens, like, don't ask me about that fool. We're divorced. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just anyway. What do we got next? I think everything is kind of yes. Congrats, you bought your first home without a cosigner. I think this is like a worthy thing of mention. I think
That's a flex.
yeah, I think that yeah. Like I think people we want to encourage people and let them know that we treasure the things that they go higher. I mean, I think these are because you gotta think about like who on here owns a home? Anybody own a home yet? Anybody a homeowner?
It's so expensive.
And do refis count here? Like where you refi it and they no longer on it?
Nobody gotta know. Nobody gotta know.
What I say all this to say that I think it's important to tell people. Here's the thing: we need a refi. Congratulations on your refi card. Like I think we need all that. I think people need to know that they are treasured and that what they accomplish is important. So that is what the last part of these cards are kind of devoted to. I don't know which card, what slide we're on. I think there's maybe 2 more after this.
Oh my God!
There's
Or
one more.
You can do one that says, "Congratulations, you have good credit."
So, oh my gosh, you are psychic. Stacy just introduced the next slide. She just introduced the next one.
You're 7.0.
Right. Happy credit score raising. You raise your credit score 10, 15, and 20 plus points. Here, I think this is something worthy of recognition. And I think we should recognize everyone. I think even the person with the 450 credit score, if they get it up, they get a card. You get a card. You get a card. You get a card. Everybody gets a card. Right?
We're killing some trees.
Right? You know, these are all e-cards. I get it. I'm in the new millennium. These are all e-cards. These are all e-cards. And so this is Dana Keel's line of e-cards. Just, you know, we take donations. We just want to help people get the word out. So we take donations, my Cash App, but anyway, but these are all e-cards. We are not killing trees out here. I honor that we are in a technological age that is paperless and that nobody is going, and who's mailing anything? Like nobody's mailing. Like I would be killing trees for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody's mailing. Bless the hearts of Hallmark and American Greetings and Shoebox Greetings and all the greeting card companies that somehow managed to stay in business. Because people still send cards, you know.
I mailed junk mail prepaid postage back to them with their own trashed envelope inside.
You have too much time, Dan. Way too much time.
Thank you. I love that. I need to get with Quick Karma. Anthony, that's good to know. So I just was trying to help it along. Anthony says that Credit Karma congratulates us.
I have a love-hate relationship with Credit Karma because I shop too much. So sometimes I get notices like your credit score dropped. Congratulations, you paid off that account. Your credit score raised up. Like I hate looking at my emails, and because it's also weeks behind, I feel dread when I get that credit score dropped, and then it's like your thing went back up, and I'm like, screw you. Okay, it's either bad or bottom. Just give me the good news.
Right.
You got a house. Now you have to pay us for 30 years.
Right. You got a mortgage on your own. Did you guys hear that? Oh my gosh, Elon Musk has surpassed Jeff Bezos in terms of being the richest man in the world.
Wow. No, I didn't hear that.
Oh, you check my stocks. I was like, whoa, damn.
I think only because y'all know how Google is. Google has a feed, and I think because I've looked up and dealt with Jeff Bezos, it was in my feed that Elon Musk is now has surpassed Jeff Bezos. Yes,
it's crazy.
Just Elon Musk
can send cards one day like happy anniversary side bitch.
Okay.
He's rich enough.
Who is that? Who?
All right. I don't think everyone heard that. Did I go out?
No, I heard most of it, and then I heard the end part, and I forgot part of the beginning.
Yeah, like our card. Oh,
my bad.
He heard it today too.
Who would have known the richest man would be the man that would make your car horn sound like a fart?
Tesla horn sound like that? Damn.
Yeah, you can modify. Like you can. I think it's in the newest update. You can modify your horn to sound like that, or at some point you had like bells for
dope.
like
I want a fart
Christmas
horn. That'd be dope.
And
move your car.
Yeah,
Hey,
or
stop
you could do
farting at
it
me,
with
all
your
right?
turn signals too. Yeah. So I don't know, but I'm still curious to see if he's actually like, is he more in debt than has assets? Like, I mean, I feel like Jeff is actually really rich because he brings in so much money from
Right, but
Amazon alone. I feel like Elon is more in debt. Like, this is an estimate of his companies, like SpaceX and all that.
they're saying that it's because the stock prices of Tesla are rampaging, and he's actually 33 billion ahead of Jeff Bezos, and because he owns most of the shares in Tesla, that's how it is a, you know, these things I'm never clear as to whether, like, is it, we know it's not necessarily liquid wealth, or at least we think, but he owns 20% of all Tesla shares, and with the stock doing so well, that's how he has outrun Jeff Bezos by 33.
Wow.
I mean, I guess it
I-
makes
I-
sense.
That's
Well,
crazy.
I've always seen him as the Tommy Wiseau of billionaires.
Which would
I would
make
love
him
to
The Joe Rogan episode of him smoking weed with Joe Rogan. That shit's hilarious.
Yeah, imagine Tommy Wiseau as Elon Musk for fans of the room.
Who's Tommy Wiseau? That's my question. I have no idea.
Oh, you still got so James
Really?
Franco. If you saw that James Franco movie called The Disaster Artist, it was about a writer called Tommy Wiseau, which made one of the worst movies ever.
That's
Room.
the posters
Yeah.
in Hollywood. Oh, that's his name. Got it. Okay, got it.
Tommy Wiseau. So I say that, I've always seen Elon Musk as the Tommy Wiseau of billionaires. Anyway, don't know if that's that's a little too obscure, I guess.
Well, it wasn't for Stefan and Stacey. It was just I remember because he was what? Didn't he get an Oscar nomination for that film?
No.
Well, it says critically acclaimed on Amazon.
Right. That's what it was. I think you know what? He actually did, you guys, and I will look it up. He did get a Golden Globe nomination, but then some of the Me Too shit came out, and he definitely did not get the Oscar nomination. But he did get a lot of acclaim for that, only because I've lived here and I've always seen billboards my whole life. So actually, he got a lot of love, and I think the only thing that stood between him and at least getting that nomination was that news came out that wasn't favorable, and of course that quickly killed that situation.
It reminds me of the Schitt's Creek episode when Alexa's it's singing, but when she's introducing her reality show, she called it critically reviewed. Are you guys not Schitt's Creek fans?
I know what it is.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm done with all of you. I'm done with all of you.
I
You're
will watch
missing
it.
out.
I will watch it. I will watch it.
I saw the beginning where they had shit fall on them in the bed.
No, I saw that.
And
Yeah,
then,
with the water.
That's all I remember because I got tired.
Okay, and I apologize, you guys. Y'all know I get stuck. So James Franco plays Tommy Wiseau, right, in the movie?
Yes, in the movie. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you. He did get the Golden Globe for that role. I was right. I love being right. It's just a thing. That's why I stuck my tongue out.
He got a Golden Globe for it?
He did. I knew that. I just knew that his Oscar, all the Oscar buzz died because a Me Too story popped up.
Hi, Mark.
Oh.
But yeah, he got a Golden Globe for that. Like I'm not necessarily, I'm saying I'm a big fan of James Franco because I don't even know his body of work that well, but I have a lot of respect for him. And every time I've ever seen him anything, so I very much.
He has a really good indie movie, Dana. He has I forget the name of it off the top of my head, but he has a really good indie movie.
Yeah,
I learned about him because Tim and Eric had a episode where he was the guest director for their episode.
Yeah, he's not a bad director.
Yeah, like
he's
not a good acting teacher, apparently.
I thought he directed the movie as well as starred in it. That's what I thought was the deal.
He did everything. I haven't watched the movie yet because I'm telling my wife we got to watch The Room first. She's like, "Do we have to?" And I go, "Yeah, you got to sit through it with me." And I think it's funny because Adult Swim showed it once, but they had to block out all the sex scenes because there's a lot of gratuitous sex scenes because he thought that would be great. They block it out by censoring everything except the upper lines of the two screen, and you just hear.
Huh.
All of that seems very scary right there.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Up here.
Smiley face, Mr. Anthony. Oh.
He played
Yeah.
James Dean? I didn't know that.
He looks like it to me.
Not Tommy Wiseau. No.
Oh my God.
Silly rabbit. But
All right. We have some awesome guests with us tonight. We're going to be bringing them up here shortly. We have Keith Graber and Ed Roesgen, both amazing comedians. They also do some awesome open mics you got to sign up for. We're going to bring them up right now. We have Keith Graber.
What's up, guys?
And Ed Roesgen. How you guys doing?
How
Hi.
you doing?
Yeah.
Am I muted? No, I'm on. All right.
last word. He did direct, James Franco did direct Disaster Artist. So.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Disaster Artist?
Listen,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Dan, I'll talk about The Room with you for days, man.
Mhm.
All I saw was Tim and Eric with him doing Pigman, and I was like, I gotta go watch that movie.
Got the
Like,
backstory.
the whole time
going.
I was thinking, when you're talking about him being the rich guy, I was like, oh hi, Mark Zuckerberg. Like I was floating around.
Right,
Yeah.
Mark is third. So it's Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and then Mark.
Mhm.
I shot a car into space. How did it work? Surprisingly well. That's something that Elon Musk, Tommy Wiseau could deliver way better than any other actor for that. It just works. Sounds like something he would say or do or try to do, and it would work.
All right. So, question for both of you: what got you into stand-up comedy?
Mm.
Whoever wants to go first.
Keith lost a bet.
And the follow up to that bet was to wear this sweatshirt on a podcast, and so I'm billing this as Unicorn Bukkake.
I like it.
I'll take this one. I have no idea what got Ed into stand up. But he remembers because he's been in it longer than me. Honestly, I was writing a lot of sketch comedy, and I wanted to do TV writing and screenplay and film. And then a friend of mine who I was writing with, who's one of my sketch writing partners, he said, "Hey, let's sign up for stand up." And then I started doing it, and I really enjoyed it, and it took off for me. I kept doing it, kept at it, and just kind of got carried away with it. Ed?
Oh yeah, I moved out here about 5 years ago, and my younger sister had been living in California because I'm originally from Pennsylvania since she was going to college here. She had been doing stand up for a couple of years.
Ooh.
And I went and saw her, and it was at the Ice House in Pasadena. And anybody that started doing comedy in LA in the last, I don't know how long, knows Dave McNary, who just recently passed away. He was an amazing
Legend.
guy. Yeah, he used to put on that show on Stage 2, and I think it was Sunday nights. It was like the worst day of the week. It was 7:00 on a Sunday night. It was on the second stage, but he gave so many people a start.
Yeah.
And so my sister had been on his show several times, and she said, if you want to see me do comedy, this was probably the first couple weeks I was living here. She said, I can get on this guy's show. And I went and saw her, and it was great. And afterwards, I thanked him profusely, and he looked at me and said, your sister told me you were always the funny one growing up.
Ooh, a challenge.
I said, maybe I'll see you soon, Dave. I went back and auditioned a month later. He was off that day. Thank God. I did so horribly bad. It was my first time ever on a stage. I did not get called back. I took a month, and I went back the next month with some actual jokes, and he was there, booked me, and that was the first time, and ever since then I've been hooked. So
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
I have to. I had the pleasure of meeting Dave once, but I never auditioned for him because I would work on the weekends, and I always told myself I was going to do it. But my friends, they were on multiple shows of his, and just going to his shows and seeing like all these new comedians and seasoned comics. There are very few people out there that help new comedians. Dave was one of those rare ones that just he basically said, you can do this. Like, you can definitely go far by doing stand-up comedy compared to everyone else. It's a lot more critical. Like, yeah, good luck. Or, it's a dog-eat-dog world. Stand-up comedy is a dog-eat-dog world. And it's nice to be in a circle of people that are so
supportive,
welcoming, supportive. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I'm jealous of that direction because when I actually started, we did a class. And it was a casting director doing the class. So it was basically like me and 10 other actors who were doing workshopping stand-up. And I did it with the intention of being serious about doing stand-up. And we weren't given any real direction in terms of joke writing. And that's really where I was like, I can be funny, but how do I write a set, And I never really got that. And I kind of just had to, I don't know. I just grassroots raw dogging it, just had to make it up as I went along, and I finally figured out a system, so
which is crazy enough. We've actually had this conversation where there are a lot of classes for stand-up out there, but there are some that are they're just a teacher there with giving you basic instruction that they've taught repeatedly for years, but they're not even invested anymore. So they'll hear your set and maybe just tell you to tweak some words, but don't really care. No support. Just, hey, you should do this. Okay. But then you have like those rare instructors that are like, it's good, but I need you to add more passion, or I need you to do this. Like and those are also difficult to come across. I think that's why there was a class that Stephanie and I took, which was Leslie.
Oh yeah.
She's definitely one of those. She's a rare bird. Like I've had some great instructors, but she's one of the few that honestly just like, she makes you want to continue doing this, because there are moments in time where you're just like, what am I doing with my life? Why am I doing this? I don't want to do this anymore.
Let's see here. So how did you guys meet, and how long have you guys known each other?
Oh, the incomparable Sally Mullins. Come on, everyone knows Sally. So basically,
we're both on the same train that we were running on Sally that night.
Yeah, we were high-fiving each other, and we're like, this should last longer. We should hang out after.
If you think that's horrible, you don't know Sally that well.
I should have gone that direction, but the first thing my line said was like, you guys were hobos jumping a train in the night, like, oh, you got your bindle? Yeah, you got your gold tube? That's good. You come with us.
It's more embarrassing than that. We met on Zoom. So there you go. That's even worse on a train.
Yeah, Sally would roast us harder. So Sally, I guess, had somebody she was involved with who wanted to start a Zoom show. This is the very beginning of quarantine. I want to say probably late March, mid-April. I don't know, somewhere around that, 2020. And she basically did a post and said, hey, anybody want to do Zoom comedy? At that point, even now, there's comedians who don't want to do Zoom comedy. At that point, the barrel was we were at the, I was like, I'm thirsty as fuck. I'll do it, and so, and she's, and Sally knows a lot of comics, and I think she reached out to a few people, and there was like 6 that, appeared and said, yeah, we'll do Zoom comedy. And we had a fun show going, but it was a little bit like, there was something lacking, and it was a little bit of like, hey, if you want it done right, do it yourself. And you
paint that as such a pretty picture, Keith. Here's what happened, guys. So we had this group, and it was a nice group of people, but it got to the point where we could realize that some people were serious about their comedy, whereas other people were just kind of dicking around. And so we decided that we would get out of there and do something, a little more serious. So I recognized Keith being serious, and he recognized me as being serious. So we took it serious for a minute, and that's how we started doing Locked in a Room. It was a great idea. We just thought it needed a little more polish and a little better direction.
Awesome stuff. I enjoy the stuff you guys throw, and I love doing the open mics. It's real fun. I know Dan likes the open mics too. Don't you, Dan?
Okay. Every once in a while, you go to one and you're in the wrong open mic that night.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
because nobody's laughing. They're too busy cutting themselves or something like that. It's
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
hey, I don't return to those.
Or there's ego involved, you know, and we're ego free. I mean, look at us. You think I got an ego? Look at this face. Look at this shirt. No.
It
We
looks
just
like
have fun,
pasta
you know,
just started all over your sweater. Is that what it is? A sweater, a shirt? I can't even tell. It's so colorful.
It's a graphic hoodie. I don't know. I was like, people were like, "What do you want for Christmas?" I was like, "Oh, let me check what Amazon has for midlife crisis," and then I found this hoodie, and I was like, "All right, it's cool."
That's
It's a violently graphic hoodie. That's what
How did you guys come up with the name Locked in a Room?
because quarantine. That was Keith's idea, actually.
Yeah, and I'll to Ed's credit. Okay, so we came up with. So Ed actually reached out to me. He's like, "Hey, we got to do this right. Let's start a thing." I'm like, "Yes, I love your work. Let's do this." And so we sat down and we were pitching ideas. And you know, I'm just like slinging stuff. I'm like, "How about Locked in a Room with Ed and Keith?" The stupidest one I could think of. And Ed's like, immediately, "Yes, that's it." I'm like, "No, I got more." And Ed's like, "No, no more. That one."
Because immediately Ed's like, we could have posters where we have straight jackets on.
Yeah.
He's like,
No,
I have
that's
to
all.
have this.
Keith came up with the concept of the straitjacket guys. He was like, I want it to look like when on Terrence and Phillip on South Park, when they'd have Saddam Hussein and his head was just a little too big for the body. His wife does all of our graphic design, and he just told her, that's what I want, and took 2 headshots of us, and she cooked those up, and they're perfect. Yeah.
Oh, that's
He
dope.
does a lot for us, too.
You'd be
Kimberly.
surprised how many times I give my wife direction on graphic design, and she's like, "Really? Are you sure?" And then we do it anyway. So that's what this is. No, and then immediately, well, not immediately. Then Ed was like, "Wait a second, Locked in a Room spells liar," and then the branding ensues because it's such a great name. I don't know. It just flows,
Yeah,
So
it does.
It's actually interesting is that my dad in Tennessee, yeah, you already know certain things. Hi Dad, you're probably watching. Anyway, no. He has a drinking club called the Liars Club. And I asked my stepmom, what do they lie about? And she goes, where they're at.
yeah, your dad in Tennessee's in DC right now, just so you know.
My father had friends had a similar thing on Friday nights. They would get together and drink until the wee hours and solve the world's problems. They called themselves the Poets, and it stood for piss on everything. Tomorrow's Saturday. So.
Brilliant.
That's cool.
Brilliant.
By the way, I wanted to add one more greeting
right.
card idea that I had to your list.
Yeah.
There should be one that says sorry we stormed your capital. Like, we need those right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry we stormed your capital. Have you found my teeth?
Oh my gosh. Speaking of which, did you guys hear about, so you guys know the Proud Boys, right? Obviously.
Mhm.
So there is a group of women on Parler that made their own group called the Proud Girls.
Oh, jeez.
Mhm.
So the Proud Boys issued a statement and said, "This is a boys' club. Stick to the kitchen where you belong."
Mhm. On brand.
On brand.
Which was, yeah, predictably, right? But
Yeah.
I like it. It's how they're like, well, here's more white supremacists for you, but no, let's continue dividing that too. Like,
Yeah. Well, they're one by one getting sent to federal prison, so they'll be the Plowed Boys pretty soon. You're here first, guys.
Right.
Right. Loud boy.
Proud boy.
And
way
so-
to bend the rules.
Right. And it totally
Literally.
it didn't stop Elizabeth and her piano scarf from being a part of the protest. That graphic, I just can't get that image. She's so funny, out of my mind. You guys,
was she the one that was pepper sprayed, or was she the one that was like handheld down the Capitol steps?
she was pepper sprayed. She said she was pepper sprayed. Like,
Well,
I just, there's a scarf that has a piano on it.
Like,
I think that just, we're here for revolution from Tennessee with our piano scarf.
She's so
Dan feels
cute.
attacked
they
right now.
flew people in. They flew people in from other states.
Right.
They didn't live here to cause stuff in a city they don't live in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whoa. Projection.
Right.
I
Right.
love it. I love his tweets. You got
And then
peaceful. Go home.
They had frozen his tweets or something. They had frozen him yesterday.
He had something. He was. I don't know if it was I'm pretty sure. I thought it was a tweet.
Mhm.
Before he got shut down.
Yeah,
He got shut down, right?
I don't know if it's still on, but I saw
they
where
paused him on Facebook,
Facebook,
Twitter, and
Mhm.
YouTube.
Oh, wow.
Everything, I
Okay.
think.
You're referring to the
Okay.
video that he put out, I think, Stefan. I mean,
Yeah.
weren't you guys like sitting on your couch for hours yesterday watching all this stuff? I know I was. Take some notes, guys. Come on. You only get to watch
Work from
democracy
home.
crumble once.
I know. I felt bad coming on as the interview. I was like, wait a second. We had the Capitol siege and Stacy coming off of COVID. Hey, we're here to bury the lead, people. Thank you for having us. This is great to be
Those
here.
people didn't do nothing to the Capitol. They didn't have any dynamite with them that day. Like, damn it, we forgot the fishing gear.
By the way, Stacy, you need to go public with this shit because if those anti-maskers had any idea that it ruins your libido, libido.
Yeah,
We wouldn't have anti-maskers. You realize this, right?
Like, it's gonna kill my boner. I don't like that. I'm gonna wear the mask.
Actually, I thought a lot of them were anti-maskers because they killed boners a long time ago, and they're upset about it now.
Yeah.
I mean, they still have baby dicks to work with. I mean, but if they get COVID, they're fucked. It's just gonna be like a little flaccid Niagara Falls
You
right
got a
there.
second belly button. What happened?
By the way, one of my favorite memes I saw, because I can't take credit for it, was I thought it was clever, was someone with the picture of them climbing the wall saying, Trump supporters, proving that walls don't work. It's like,
Oh, that's hilarious.
so, I mean, but we do have to agree that the guy that I got a picture sitting at Nancy Pelosi's desk is going to be a right-wing meme for probably like
10 years? 5 years?
probably 20 years, since they won't do shit since then, probably. But like, that's,
I don't know if he beats Buffalo guy though, right?
Yeah, I think
Buffalo-
Buffalo guys.
There's
It's much
Buffalo
more
guy.
memorable.
No, Buffalo guy is the
Soldier.
left-wing meme.
Yeah,
That's the left-wing meme. That's what we're laughing at.
Yeah.
I was
They're laughing at. He put his
dying.
feet on Nancy Pelosi's desk.
No, I think the person that's going to end up being the meme is the Air Force lady who took a bullet that went right through her neck. Because isn't the Air Force's slogan "Aim high"? Which I think they did. They went on fire. And she bled out and died like the piece of garbage trailer that she
That's
was. How about
And I
that?
was gonna say, and that was interesting to me too. Like, they would not give any information. I was just like, is she, was she someone that worked at the Capitol? Was she a proud girl? What, was she? So
No, she was from San Diego. and
She's
she
a
was
QAnon.
on
Yeah.
the
She
She's
did
a
4
QAnon
tours.
person. Yeah.
Yeah, she did 4
a
tours. She
QAnon person.
served.
Guys, my mom is in the QAnon. I'm sorry to out you, but out there,
Mom's
she don't
gotta
watch it.
go.
She don't watch this shit. But yeah,
Did you know that only Democrats engage in pedophilia?
Okay.
The whole
Okay, so Newsmax and other right-wing websites immediately issued out articles saying that it was Antifa behind the protest because it was a peaceful protest and they were sabotaged, right? These idiots, these redneck idiots went and put on their Facebooks and their Instagrams and their TikToks, no, we did it. We did it. We did it for the revolution. It was all us.
I will
Wow.
say this: Antifa deserves a fucking Oscar for what happened yesterday. That was brilliant. Like, that was like some method shit.
The fact that you
costumes, the
had
makeup.
right-wing websites
Right,
trying
the
to
whole
save the
production,
asses
the lighting,
of idiots.
Yeah.
And then they're like, no, we did it. We did. I'm like, these fucking, you guys had one little ticket to probably getting away with it. But then you're posting this shit online, and now the FBI is going to be coming knocking at your door.
Yeah.
They didn't
Can I
do
say
it to
something
get away with it. They
controversial?
did it to
I'm actually,
boast about it.
I'm kind of glad it happened. I mean, in a way, like had the Capitol Police been more effective, we would have had just, protesters behind barriers, and none of this would have been outed to the way that it actually has.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think the only piece of it that helps, especially as a person of color, is just don't know if it'll have the ripple effect or the consequence that we truly care about. But like all the memes said, and I posted one, like, we just want you to not shoot us the way you did not shoot them. And I mean, but I think the prayer is that the people, like, I feel like when I post on social media, I'm talking to the choir anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's my friends and we all agree on the same things.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if it's just for anybody who still wants to argue that that's not what police do, and it's exactly what police do. It's exactly what they do. And
I think all of us understand that. I think what happened was, and a lot of people alluded to this in the jokes and the memes and the tweets yesterday, is that you have a red hat under a blue hat with those police. Right. And so one of the best jokes that I saw, or memes that I saw, was like, how many people, how many of those protesters' phones went off when they activated the National Guard? Like, oh shit, I'm late for work. Right. Like, that's what we're dealing with, is that the people who have this power are the people who are oppressing. And all of us are sort of in the same boat. Just some of us are treated differently because of the color of our skin, etc.
Right. There's the scene from what is that? A Time to Kill? I think it's the ending scene where they expose. There's a scene, like, it's kind of like toward the end where one of the policemen is exposed as a Klansman, and pretty much that's what we're talking about. There's just you don't happen to have on your hood today, but
and we still live in a world where that exposure doesn't amount to all that much.
Right. That's speaking of that, definitely not to go too far into the news direction. I was watching CNN Live, and Angela Rye, the very, very, very frank, honest commentator who comes on there, definitely advocating and speaking on behalf of, people of color, was calling Kelly Loeffler KKK Kelly. And someone she was on the panel with, who was from Georgia, a Republican woman, who had actually said, okay, yes, glad for Raphael Warnock making history, but she wanted to argue, she definitely, of course, is going to argue down that is not a fair characterization of Kelly Loeffler. But, but for the rest of us looking at her, yeah, it is. Like, you have someone, and you say you didn't know that he was a Klansman when you took a picture with him and all these things, but yeah, come on.
It's crazy how the tables have turned, because when it was Ashley, right? Her name, the woman that died yesterday.
Just look it up, Ashley Babbitt. Yeah.
People in red hats screamed. An officer shot her. She did nothing, and demanded this officer be fired right away. And I'm like, imagine being home and getting killed because someone fucked up at their job.
Mm-hmm.
Breonna Taylor, right?
Yeah, Breonna. Well, there's multiple. There's
right. Like,
Breonna's not the only one. Yeah, but
the list is,
this woman broke the barriers, went and started damaging the door, was told to seize, and still went against instruction, and died for her conviction. She knew she was putting herself at risk, and she still defied the law.
Mm-hmm.
They're screaming to fire this police officer, but there's people dying in their homes, and to them, they deserved it.
Right.
They weren't following instruction. Like,
yeah. Like someone said again. I'll keep it, and I'll shoot. Tamir Rice, 12 years old, Cincinnati, Ohio, shot for having a toy gun, at a rec center. Like, we don't go in and try to check with the 12-year-old. We just shoot him and kill him, and we do not even allow his sister to attend to him, that he will bleed out right there. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
The one that breaks
This is a
my
warning.
heart.
This is what happens when you go full Karen. You never go full Karen.
It's crazy, and it breaks my heart. And the only reason that I always get so angry or I feel like I'm gonna cry is just thinking about Philandra. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong too, because hello, Hispanic accent. But
Philando Castile out of Minnesota, I think Minneapolis, Minnesota.
The man complied and even notified the officer he was going for his driver's license. He followed the law and he died.
In front of his girlfriend and his daughter.
Where were these women? Where were these people that were screaming, the police shot this innocent person? No, she wasn't innocent. Where were you when these people died? Like,
yeah,
it's infuriating.
I tweeted something about Breonna Taylor. Imagine if she was a domestic terrorist instead of just Sleepy. Like, this is what we're dealing with. This is like all these people are acting with impunity. Still not arrested. Still
not arrested. Still not arrested.
And yet somebody was just sleeping in their house, and that's that's the comparison.
And not to mention the police officers have sued her boyfriend.
Yeah, it's white body armor is what they were all wearing yesterday.
Yeah.
I've got like 5 pairs in my closet.
Jesus.
They gave me some. It grows with my skin. Hey, on a lighter note, you guys also have a great show every week called Shit Show.
Yeah.
On YouTube.
We do a lot of productions.
Yeah. You guys do a ton of stuff. I think my wife's yelling at the kid. Hey, don't yell at the kid so loud. It's going through the mic. Anyway.
I want to hear. I want to hear how white people discipline their kids. Come on.
My wife doesn't do it the normal way. Her family's
it's a timeout. It's a fucking timeout, Stacy.
So anyway,
I am disappointed in you. I just don't want to look at you.
But yeah, the shit show. I mean, I've watched it before. You guys have great comedians on there. Sally Mullins has been on there quite a bit. She's a regular. It appears, right?
She's a
every time we've seen it. Yeah. And then who's the comedian? I thought he was actually pretty hilarious. The guy that talks with an outside voice. Outside voice indoors is how you introduced him once.
Oh, probably, comedian Matthew Robinson. Ed, you want to fill in the audience on what CMR brings?
No, I don't want to be associated with that guy whatsoever.
We're not
somebody invited him to our mics. You know how it is. I don't know.
I think that's going to be my story as we go along. Anyway, but yeah, they have a great show. You guys, I've seen you guys play games like Fuck, Marry, Kill. Made me think today about Donald Trump, Mitch McConnell, and Ted Cruz. Ed.
Oh, I've got to do that. Okay. So, who is it? McConnell, Cruz, and who's the last one?
And Donald Trump.
And Trump.
Okay. So I would kill Trump because that's going to take all my concentration.
But
I would get infected with the most deadly form of every STD and then fuck Cruz. And then I would have a Black Widow marriage pact. And on our honeymoon night, I would consummate with and then kill McConnell, only because he's got a lot of money. So I'll take that when he's gone. So they all end up dead. But that's the way I do it.
And you said consummate with McConnell. I mean, you won't feel anything. It's probably all squishy.
Right.
Yeah,
ask his wife, the Secretary of Transportation, who resigned today. Like, all this time, like, I had no vision for Mitch McConnell even being married. Of course he is, but I'm just saying. But like, yeah, his wife resigned. She resigned as a result of the chaos yesterday.
Well, she resigned as a result of not wanting to be it on voting on the 25th Amendment. That's why she resigned. That's why any cabinet member with any good sense who doesn't want to be on the hot seat is leaving right now, because they don't want to be asked to actually have to do shit to invoke the 25th Amendment.
Wow.
Tell our
That's really
audience.
interesting.
what the 25th Amendment is.
William Barr like resigned 2 weeks ago. And
Maybe he saw it coming. I don't know. The guy doesn't seem that smart to me.
Yeah,
But
he is he's kind of an evil genius. I mean, he's done a lot of stuff that most people can't get away with.
Can we tell the audience what the 25th Amendment is?
the 25th Amendment is when you. Okay.
I love how Ed likes that. I love how Ed's laughing at that. This reminds me of the Super Dave episode of Norm Macdonald where he's like, "Can you tell me about the?" Anyway, sorry.
25th Amendment right now is Plan A, to deem the president no longer fit for duties,
Right.
and his cabinet and the vice president have to have a vote. I forget how many people have to sign off on it, but it's basically it's on his cabinet to make that decision.
Wow.
Yeah, and then Plan B is if they refuse to do so, they're gonna Congress will do another vote to impeach him.
So the 25th, the difference is the impeachment can be for like just breaking the law or whatever. The 25th Amendment is put in the Constitution for a situation where the president is incapable of fulfilling his duties. That's why it's people closest to him and the vice president that invoke it, because it's for when the president is kind of not stable enough to be the president anymore. And so that's why they're trying to get him to do that first, because it's the quickest and easiest way to get him out of there. And God knows we have the evidence at this point.
I was going to say, but he proved that the day after he was elected. He certainly proved it yesterday.
Yeah,
the biggest concern.
No problem.
The biggest concern is that we have this loose cannon, and he still has the nukes, etc.
Okay,
And the
let me
Russians.
talk about this. Everybody's saying this about, Trump can't tweet or go on Facebook, but he's still got the nuclear codes. Come on. Every single former defense secretary that's still alive signed a letter saying to use the 25th Amendment on them. And that was started by Dick Cheney, of all people. So if you think that anybody in the military, Trump's walking around with a briefcase and it says nuke code 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what he's got. That ain't real.
He opens it up. Would you like some gummy bears?
These codes, yeah.
Gummy bears.
Guy paid his number and told him to type in fire, and then that would launch him. He doesn't have no. They're crazy.
He's done it 20 times already. They didn't have what I wanted at McDonald's. The McRib isn't back right now.
He's tried to
Fucking
do
launch.
10 countries at nothing. Yeah.
Oh my
That's a
God.
whole mess. But I just didn't know.
The last time he tried to enter the nuclear codes was when he was making popcorn.
Okay,
Oh, my.
but I mean, in reality, though, there is a speculation that Donald Trump will end up opening a Parler account since he's banned from other social media platforms. So, come on, knowing what this man has done and said before, what's it going to be like? Hey, here are the nuke codes, guys. You're the only people that believe in me. Like, go on, do your thing.
Yeah. Well, that's where I'm hoping Ed's right.
Enter nuclear codes into. You have to be like
Yeah.
a Pentagon. It's not like if I had them, it wouldn't do me any good.
Yeah, you got to enter him into something.
An aircraft carrier. I first have to get to the ocean.
Yeah, I'm not that worried about Parler. By the way, I did get a MySpace invite from Donald Trump. I'm on his list. I'm not signing up. I'm not going to follow. I don't.
There you go.
Ed, I have to know, what are you smoking? You're blowing so much smoke.
It's a vape. I'm addicted to nicotine.
No,
Smoking 5 years ago, and this helped me do it. And now Gavin Newsom's going to take that away from me too. He's great.
Oh man.
Since this is a political show, I didn't know I was going to be on. Let's bitch about Newsom for a second.
We're talking about everything. Talking about everything.
We talk about everything. You know what, guys? How about this? You stay on with us. We'll get out of the political sphere now. How about you guys stay with us?
Before we get out,
Anthony,
I just wanna
MySpace
know.
is back.
Yeah, but before we get out of the political sphere, this is what I need to know though. I would like to know how did Mitch McConnell get a Taiwanese wife? Like, because that's the first thing I thought. I assumed that she would be like a Karen, an older Karen-looking person. I was so blown away that she was Taiwanese. And then also,
I got the address.
Mail order. Yeah.
Right. But she and then there is an initiative in the hip hop community, the Move Mitch initiative, and it's of course from the why is his name escaping me all of a sudden? I can see his face. The Ludacris song. The Ludacris song is Move. Right. So this is but it's real. Like I was looking at a lot of it's taking hold that people are, serious about the Move Mitch. So that's like the next thing I'll be posting. Move Mitch, get out the way. We really do think he's a bitch though. I just saying.
There's too many Republicans now doing the right thing at the last possible moment,
Mm-hmm. And I can't even keep up with Lindsey Graham anymore. I can't stand him. But I can't figure out, like, is he for or against the movement to not? I mean, it's done now. He's been ratified. But I was like, bitch. I mean, Lindsey, I have no idea.
He's not a lesbian. I figured that out. But
okay,
I have no idea in terms of his policies or what he feels about Trump. It's what it is. All these people are playing whatever's trending. Like I want to appeal to my constituency. I want to appeal to the market. I want to be
political day traders.
Yeah, exactly. So they don't whatever.
Yeah, but I thought he was on the side of right, even though once the Amy Coney Barrett happened, I was like, and I had no respect for him anyway, but then it seemed like he switched again. Like he switched to being on the side of the, like, I was like, man, are you not embarrassed at all? Have you not even a modicum of shame of any kind? Like
the whole Republican Party sold their soul for Trump. They basically made a deal with the devil. The devil's like, hey, I can bring you this guy. He's super popular.
Not Mitt Romney, no. I have to respect him.
Yeah, okay. He didn't go down to Georgia.
And there's a couple outliers, but they're just now popping up. Just now after a siege. But I'll give you this candidate. He's super popular. You'll get a lot of votes. You'll get 74 million votes if you just sign off. He's a piece of shit.
Right.
You have to give away all of your morals and all of your ethical code and not stand for anything for 4 years. Will you do it?
Keith
and
made
they all
the same decision when he started partnering up with me to do stand-up, by the way. He had to do the same thing. He's like, I don't care about my reputation. I know everybody hates this guy. But I'm going to do it.
Okay, I'm not going to lie, though. Yesterday, I think it was people. I forgot. There was an article I saw, and then it said, look at the famous actors that support Trump, what they said about yesterday's Capitol break-in. And they only had 4 people on there. Usually there's a few more that you already despise, but the only 4 people that they can get commentary from supporting the break-in was Kevin Sorbo, Kirstie Alley, Scott Baio, and Randy Quaid. That's all
those
they
are
could
celebrities
get.
now.
Quaid.
What's Randy Quaid's last famous line? Shitter's full, right?
Wasn't he deported? Like, is he even allowed to vote?
The Randy Quaid saga intrigues me to no end.
It is intriguing. It is. But it's like you say celebrity, it's loose. It's loose. It's like I'm a celebrity, but like a little more.
Yeah. When you say bad shit, he says how high. It is
that dude's video, bro, with the lights strobing and shit.
He turned into Cousin Eddie. He literally he went so method, he can't get out of that role.
Well, everybody, hey, make sure you catch on YouTube the shit show. If you are a comedian, throw up their Instagram stuff.
Yeah.
Hit them up, and we also have at the Liar Show also.
Liar Comedy, yeah.
Liar Comedy
is our handle on most things. We're still trying to get that handle on YouTube, but you can search us and find it.
But yes, it's one of the most popular. It is definitely one of the most popular, open mics, and I've seen why. I've only gotten to get in there once. Emails tend to come out while I'm at work, and then I'm like, shit, I missed it. No!
You gotta grease the wheels, Dan. Come on, you gotta reload.
What have you done for us?
Wheels. I gotta get behind the curtain with you. Huh? All right. Oh wait, that might not be where you were going with that. So anyway, two hilarious guys. Hey, you guys want to stay with us to play a little game here?
Yeah, I'll stick around.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So now we're going on to famous people that would have had a reality show. Or would have had a great reality show, but they died before the fad. Who would like to start us off with this one?
I'm gonna go.
Go for it.
I think this would have made such a great reality show, even to this day. Zaza Gabor. Every new season would be a new husband. She had 9.
That's good. How many did she have put to death? Because mine's Henry VIII. Guy had 6 wives. He was king of England, so tons of drama. And people love that English crap now with Queen's Gambit and all that stuff.
You think that they put 2 wives next to each other in the tower?
One time divorce, first divorce of a king. The king's divorce. That's season 1 right there. Come on.
Guys, can I go with an obvious one?
Okay.
Jesus. I mean, okay, so here's the thing. All the producers would want to try and make like this fun show about all his powers, but it would end up being some boring ass show about carpentry. I just know it. It would be like the original Property Brother or some shit.
Right.
This is sanding. It's okay.
He's all Bob Ross in it with a saying, you got to get it down in 1912. Because Jesus talked like Bob Ross. He had to.
Silky. Of course he did. He had the afro too because he was black. But
what do you guys think about if Chris Farley didn't die but kept partying?
He would have died again, like the week after.
But what a week! Let's get some footage. Bring them back. Dig the. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. We need Beverly Hills Ninja Part 2, bro.
I know. If you could give Chris Farley 9 lives, it would be like he'd just keep popping up in heaven. Like,
I don't think he would have made another year with the 9.
I don't know if it's post-mortem kindness, but I've seen lots of interviews where people say he was just a funny guy all the time. He was always on, like Rodney Dangerfield, which would also be a good pick. Always on, always just spouting something or doing something that was entertaining to people. And if a new person walked in the room, he had to do another thing. It would probably be hours of footage of great stuff.
Have you guys seen his improv videos?
No.
I have a friend. I'm sorry. I have a friend who told me about a Chris Farley sighting. That she saw him in a restaurant, and he was basically just going around. This is a restaurant. It's like a sushi restaurant or something. He's just going around the restaurant, asking everyone in the restaurant for whatever kind of drugs they had.
Oh, wow.
And this is like right before it. So this is like,
it's like the Aussie show, but pre-Sharon. Like, it was great.
No, he was worse. Like, okay, if you guys ever get a moment, watch his improv videos, like his improv shows. Mm-hmm. The guy was extremely, God, I don't want to.
You're not about
me,
to
but
badmouth Chris
really?
Farley in front of me, right? I mean, don't do that.
I'm gonna get haunted. No, but he was so energetic to a point where you're like, he is very obviously on drugs. For good God, how did people tolerate being around him for so long? Because the energy he had, like, I mean, when we see his movies,
grams and grams of energy.
Oh my Lord!
Well, exactly, which leads me to Elvis Presley.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know he's got some controversial past, but that would have been a show. The man had shot a TV once, as legend says, because he didn't like what was on. Told him, get me a new one.
I'd prefer like a Marlon Brando. Like, come on. I mean, supposedly stuff with Richard.
Marlon Brando. We talking pre-towel or just when he walked around in a towel.
You say what would be good.
Marlon Brando was a reality show before it was a thing, though.
For real, dude. How about the Marquis de Sade? How about that?
The only other one that I would say
I was gonna put that one. I just thought it was a little much.
the only other celebrity that I would say, and this is actually a serious good one, would be Oscar Wilde.
Great. Oh, dude, one of my favorite quotes. What is it called? Shit. Anyway, don't ruin life by taking it too seriously, or something like that. Yes.
Yeah, the reality show would be Resisting Temptation.
Yeah.
Something like that.
He's a hero because he went into court and they said, "You're gay. We can prove it." He goes, "No, I'm not." Won his case, went out, did his thing for a little while, went, "Oh, by the way, I was gay, but fuck you guys."
Yeah.
You're not putting me in the jail for something you shouldn't put me in jail for. And he was that way beforehand.
But wait, didn't David Bowie like juggle between saying he's gay and then saying he's bisexual? Like, I remember he made an announcement that he was gay, but that was with his first wife and after having a kid. And then, of course, he married Iman. So, like, I actually would prefer seeing a David show. Like, that would have been cool.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he, like,
That's what they would
inspire...
have called it, too. Dave. It would have just been... It would have had, like, this clunky-ass music at the beginning. You know, like... Yeah.
Isn't it supposedly because of him that oh my god, I just fucking spaced out. What's his name? Circle of Life singer. Elton John. Okay. Isn't it because of him? Yeah, that Elton John became much more sparkly or something? That's what I read. I'm not sure.
Oh,
I haven't seen the movie.
Interesting magic.
I don't know. I think he designed
Yeah, because Bowie invented sequins.
the Rocket Man
That's
song
better,
around David Bowie's,
I think he liked Liberace.
Elton John and Liberace are silent influencers of the Bedazzler.
The Bedazzler. Who was an X-Men. Yes.
Now, I know, hear me out.
Oh, Lord.
I know there was an incident, but before the incident, Jim Jones...
Oh,
Too obscure. We won't go to Wikipedia for this.
No, I know exactly who it is. I know exactly who it is. Like, because I know, like, that would not anything I wanted to see ever. Like, I mean, I saw the documentary.
I think it would be a bad Tiger King kind of documentary, but a little bit more severe.
A little bit more severe?
Oh my god!
What Kool-Aid are you on, Dan?
I was gonna say, like, it's just,
Guys, you're making me thirsty.
It's yeah. That one was. I was a kid, but I remember, just people talking about it. People who had, relatively first, and I was in Alabama, but that tent revival movement. And then there was a documentary on, gosh, that was, I don't know, 10 years ago, and it was just, I was sad for months, like, because it was just so no reality, no interest, no nothing.
How about a Genghis Khan reality show?
I can't stand that there's a rapper named himself Jim Jones, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm like, I don't. There's. Yeah.
Oh wait, that's a stage name. He picked that name. I thought he was actually born with that name. Oh.
His parents were anti-hippies.
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of Jim Jones out there, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It sounds, it sounds like a common name. It sounds a little more. I have a very obscure reference that would be a great reality show if anybody knows of Diogenes.
Oh, yeah. For the record, Jim Jones, the rapper, is Joseph Guillermo, is what his name.
Joseph Guillermo.
He has a Hispanic last name.
That's a cooler name. That's a cooler name than
He could be
Jim
Cuban. He could, he could actually be Hispanic. That's my guess. Oh no, I take that back. I take that back. I'm wrong. He's Joseph Guillermo Jones, so he just changed the first name.
So it is his name.
It is
Joe Jones. Joe Jones to Jim Jones.
Well, Joe Jones to Jim Jones.
Joe Jim Jones.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Ed, Keith, any knowledge of Diogenes?
Any
No,
what?
I skipped that class like every day.
Okay. We'll keep this brief. He was the Greek philosopher / one of the original edgelords. He used to he lived out in the word cynic comes from him, which is derived from canine. And or some canid kind of thing. And he used to live in just the outdoors, smell like hell. You know, he would actually do certain things in public and say, "What? I'm just relieving a need." He was basically the Gigi Allen of his time. But one of my favorite things ever, the stories of him, is that Alexander the Great was intrigued with him because he didn't want to have anything. And Alexander the Great came up to him and he said, "If I could give you anything, what do you want?" And Diogenes looked at him and says, "Can you get out of my sun?"
See, now this is shocking to me because you're like quoting ancient history. And when I look at you and Stefan, you guys look like two dudes that went into the GED test planning to just cheat off each other and pass. And
this is how we do Vegas, man.
I was saying, and for our viewers, besides Nick Craft Crew, sorry, Nick, Gigi Allen is who?
Gigi Allen. Gigi Allen was one of the worst. If
He's
you look
the
at
modern day Timothy Jones.
I have him on the list, and I scratched him out, and I said, "Nope, I'm not going to go there with this one."
Yeah.
No, and here's the thing: I looked him up already. They actually named him Jesus Christ Allen. Is his name that he was born?
Jesus.
Like, yeah.
That's what. Yeah.
That's a lot for a kid to live up to. I could understand the pressure that came down upon him that led him to be a person on the Springer Show with a really great showing.
So
anyway,
you guys have a show coming up. Tell us about the show.
Yeah, well, so we do showcases once a month now, where we pick whatever comics are in our, keep coming back to our mics that we like, and we try to get as many new comics on as possible. It's Saturdays at 6 p.m. Usually like the first or second Saturday of the month. It's going to be for all of 2021. And it's live on Zoom. And I don't know. Anything else to add, Ed?
Yeah, it's a fun time. It's a $5 suggested donation. Runs about an hour, so you're not sitting in front of your computer forever. And it's a really good time. We get really talented people to come out. And yeah, I mean, if you want to check us out, like I said, you find us on Instagram, Liar Comedy.
This week we have Willie Mack headlining and Jess Winther as the host.
I saw that. I love this. I love
double whammy, yeah, for you, Dana. Yeah, it's going to be a good show, and honestly, we have a good. It's a little bit of like a grassroots type of situation, like we don't, our mics aren't public. It's an underground thing, and it's like a community of comedians, So we're putting up whatever talent like is coming through our system, and it's a good vibe. It's always like an inclusive vibe, and it's fun, and it's about like it's a meritocracy. It's about comedy first, just being funny and having a good time and being fun.
Nice. Awesome stuff.
Awesome.
I think I follow you guys already on Instagram.
I think we follow all you guys. If not, I'm going to do it right now so that I'm not a liar.
Yeah. Ed has backed me up once or twice on a post, so thanks, Ed. Yeah. We both go into our kind of asshole mode. It's fun.
It's like calling in the Suicide Squad for help. This is not the Avengers coming at you when you need help with a post.
That's the entertaining part. It's like
but it's
watching kittens fall downstairs.
Honestly, that's one of the weird things about us is that people love to highlight like the fact that people like to call us the odd couple, because I'm a little more in public. I'm a little more gregarious and a goofball, and Ed's sort of a curmudgeon, and they call us the odd couple, but we're both cynical dickheads. Like at the end of the day, we're you know what I mean? Like, so yeah.
I brought up Diogenes. It came from there. There you go.
I'm just fulfilling a role here. As soon as I sign off, I'm gonna say fuck everything. I don't know.
Yeah, I do that too.
Get rid of this stupid
underwear.
Fuck this shirt.
Fuck this underwear. My kids are like, Daddy, no.
I can't believe it. All right. Well, we want to thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us.
Of course.
And sharing all the beautiful
Great
stuff.
show. Yeah.
So thank you. And you also have another podcast. Oh, actually, 2 other podcasts, right? Locked in a Dungeon.
Oh, we have a bunch of we do have a series of productions coming. So we do the Locked in a Room showcase, which is once a month, which is just a stand-up comedy showcase. We do the Shit Show, which is a comedy game show. We do Locked in a Dungeon, which is sort of like a Dungeons and Dragons improv game with comedy. Hilarious. And then we do our occasional roasts and sort of niche novelty shows that are fun. I love doing the roasts. Ed, I know you do too, because you just love roasting people. Like in your sleep, you're probably roasting people.
I've been holding back all night. No, I'm just kidding.
And well, thank you, Ed. Thank you.
Sometimes we make it too easy, don't we?
When is your mic, you guys? When do we win? Because I didn't realize you guys had a mic. So I'm like, okay, another mic, another open mic.
Mics are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 6 p.m. We'll add you guys on to the mail out.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
Okay.
All right. We're going to let you guys go again, you guys. Keith Graber, Ed Roesgen.
Thanks, guys. Good to be here.
Love you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for being with us.
Great show. Thank you.
Thank you. We also have a second amazing guest we're going to bring up right now. Her name is Christina, and we're going to bring her up right now. Here we go. How you doing, Christina?
Woo!
Hello. How are you guys?
Fantastic.
We're doing things.
Doing things, talking about things, saying words. It's all good things.
We're,
I was going to say, I was listening to Ed and Keith's entire interview, like a good third party here. And I just love that he was like, yeah, we got locked in a dungeon. It's like a fun D&D comedy improv game. And it's like, isn't that what D&D is? I mean, that's kind of the point of D&D. We're all just sitting around playing D&D with each other, and it's so much fun.
my first experience with D&D. 3 hours later. Okay, now you've made your character. Are you saying we're going to start playing? Yeah, we're gonna start playing. Fuck this. There's not enough Coke in this room.
Yep. This whole thing started because last Christmas, so 2019, December 2019, I started watching a lot of Harmon Quest, Stranger Things was doing D&D, and I told Ed's my boyfriend, and I was like, I want to play D&D. Like, I want to try it. So he bought me 2 games that Christmas. He bought me everything I needed to start playing D&D with him and other people. And he bought me Keeping It Saxy, the Kenny G board game, with the intention of, when are we ever going to have time to sit around and play these games?
Oh my God. I saw this
And
Saxy.
pandemic happened.
I saw the Target. I saw the Keeping It Saxy in Target, and I took a picture. I was like, "You guys, what is going on? Are we living in an alternate universe?" I had no idea.
I own that board
When did this game
and I
come
played
out?
it.
When did this come out?
Oh God, I've seen it the last couple years.
Mhm.
So it's probably
kidding
3 or
me.
4 years old. Yeah. And what you do, the whole premise of the game is you have to keep Kenny's groove throughout the entire day. So he'll run into things like, oh, there's a long line with the security at the airport. How are you going to keep his groove? And you have to keep it going throughout the entire day or else you lose. So the whole point is to get Kenny G throughout his day and keep his groove solid. And you win.
No, I lost my groove. I peed on the sidewalk and the police are running.
Christina,
I can't go anywhere.
is there music playing? Is it?
It's a board game.
so-
There's music playing if you put it on.
Well, I'm
So-
asking Christina.
Yeah, the way you play it is to keep his groove. You pull cards, and every card has a different note, and so you have to match the notes to the problem. So if you're playing with other people, you're like, okay, I got this G note. Who's got the other thing? And you can strategize with other people too. So
Okay.
you don't have to use as many turns. It's bizarre, but it's a lot of fun.
I was. It sounds more interesting than I would have ever imagined. I just was trying to figure out, like, when you see a board game with a musical artist, I'm kind of like, well, is there like a thing in there playing? Like, I was just
Exactly. But someone like Kenny G, like if there was a Snoop Dogg board game, I'm
right.
pretty sure we know what the goal and what to do. Like we would know what the concept would be with like a Snoop board game. With Kenny G, it was
You
more
rolled
a
shizzle.
mystery.
Yeah, it was more, yeah, that's I took a picture of it. I was just like, what is going on? I mean, and here's I like Kenny G, like, much respect.
I didn't even know this game existed, so I Googled it immediately and I went straight to the reviews and I see one right here that says a roller coaster of emotion. The seaplane is out of fuel. Then the concert was canceled. What a ride! And then there's another review that says Kenny G was not included in the game.
That is true. We didn't get any luscious curls. We didn't get any saxophone action, but it was a roller coaster. You get really into it the third or fourth game when you're like a whole case of White Claws in. You know, it's a lot. You get really invested.
That's awesome.
It does sound fun. Do you remember when he broke a record for holding the longest note?
Yep.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
No.
I loved it. Oh, that was back when Norm Macdonald was doing Saturday Night Live, and he had this joke where he warns people before doing it. He goes, "This is not going to be a great experience. It's going to be rather boring." When then people wondered, as opposed to what other performance of yours. Anyway, I do have respect for him, but I love that joke.
Oh, that's great. Whenever I think of Kenny G now, I think of Katy Perry's Last Friday Night video. And he like shows up at her like teenage party that she's showing where she gets like the makeover. And he's got like a solo in the middle of her like song. And I was like, oh my God, that's Kenny G.
He saw, you know what he saw? He saw Saturday Night Live, and he saw, what's that other guy's name? Do this thing with a Lonely Island. Was it Calling Again with Captain Jack Sparrow? What was that guy's name? The guy who came back.
Andy Samberg.
Huh?
Andy Samberg?
Well, Andy Samberg, yes, but they did something with. Oh my gosh, help me out, my cousin Nick, who must be watching. The singer. Oh, Michael Bolton.
Oh,
yeah, and he must have got inspired by Michael Bolton, like, because that was more successful than Michael Bolton even thought. Because people were like, "Wow, that guy can still sing." How about Captain Jack Sparrow?
Oh, we gotta love it.
So, who's the first stand-up comic you ever saw growing up, Stina?
The first stand-up comic that I saw Eddie Murphy's Delirious.
Ooh.
That was the first. That was the first like actual stand-up that I was introduced to, because I wasn't like a huge stand-up comedy fan growing up. I was more of like a big movie buff. So I watched a lot of funny movies, but I didn't really watch like stand-up. And one of my older cousins, the same way I experienced Led Zeppelin being played at the same time as The Wizard of Oz, they were like, hey, you like Eddie Murphy? You like, come on, you like Shrek. Come on, we're gonna watch stand up. And it was hilarious. Oh my God. I still quote that special to this day.
Wait. You were introduced to Eddie Murphy by someone saying, Shrek?
Yeah. Well,
I feel old.
Well, I not introduced to Eddie Murphy, but introduced to like a stand-up special.
Okay.
Like it just an actual like stand-up special. I knew.
That's what I'm saying. You knew Eddie Murphy the donkey first?
No, I mean like Coming to America. That was just the first thing. I'm sorry. Before the world decided to crash.
I got confused.
I worked
guys,
at Universal.
Just a reality check that I just found out. When you get carded, if they see that your birthday year starts with a 1, then they know already you're over 21.
Oh my God.
Officially at that point.
I saw that the other day and I was like, holy crap, it's 2021. If you have a 1, that's all you need to know. Bartenders must be rejoicing at how easy that is. There's no more math anymore. If you see 19 anything, you're like, all right, you're cool, you're good.
Right.
And still, they'll ask us at Stater Brothers. I'm here every week. Yeah, but I forget you. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Can we see some ID, please?
I always feel so insulted when nobody cards me. I'm like, bitch.
I'm young, damn
How
it.
much more Botox do I have to get?
You just have to assume, Stacy, that they're not carding you because they've given up on life, not because they believe you have.
No, I am shit. Every time they don't card me, I'm like, I'm gonna go jump up a bridge.
Just give them the ID. Just look at it, damn it.
Oh my god, you have no idea how much I panicked when I found out that people that had Botox and fillers on their face could get a reaction to the COVID vaccine. I was like,
Oh no.
but then
Really?
I got COVID. Yeah. And then I got COVID and I'm like, I already went through the worst. Fuck it.
I didn't know that could be a side effect.
You probably shouldn't inject it into the same exact spot. That's probably what it is. It's like they get Botox and then right away, like somebody's like, here's the vaccine. He goes, are you a licensed nurse? Sure. Psst, in the face.
You know what's so funny? Like women are so used to getting injected in the face, so when they go to get their next vaccine, they're just like automatically sticking their head out because they think they're gonna get it in the face. Like
What did you just say? What did you just say? We have a clip now. That's a highlight. Sorry.
Oh my lord.
Some fans, they just stick their head out so they're going to get it in the face. That's like not as good when I do it, I guess.
So
Anyway.
you have a podcast you're on, huh, Christina?
Yes, sir.
What's the name of that podcast that you're on?
Sick Folks of Cinema, where we,
Oh, yes.
we watch horror movies and we talk about it. And it's usually just a lot of shit talking. It's a lot of shit talking. Like I'm gonna be shook the day that we're all like, that was actually really good. Like we have no complaints. This is a solid movie because it's never that way.
Well, last week's movie got negative stars, right?
Yeah, last week's movie, Lifeblood, got negative stars. And if you guys have the urge to want to relive 3 a.m. in 1998 watching Cinemax terrible movies that star porn stars and have no concept, this is the movie for you. This is
Just
it.
there's a sex scene like every 15 minutes, like for no reason. Like, oh,
There's
I
no
guess you're home
reason
for Christmas.
Women
God,
making
you
out?
imagine?
Yes.
the killer is coming. Let's take off our shirts.
Yeah, actually, kind of.
Kind of. Yeah. I mean, the universe was a woman with tulle across her face who just kind of like made out with people and stuck her finger in
Fingers
people's
in the mouth
mouths.
to
And
bring
that
it
gave
back
them
to
divine powers. I mean, come
Fucking
on.
weird.
What in the
Weird. What was the name of the gas station? Murder World or something like that?
Yeah, it was the gas station was called Murder World, and the guy behind it, the guy that was running the gas station, was the same kid who played the catcher in Sandlot, the Great Hambino. It was that guy. That was the highlight of the entire movie. I was like, oh, it's nice that he's getting work. Look at him.
Another movie I've never watched.
There's even a really big misogynist line. Remember that from the sheriff? Oh my God.
Yeah, whoever wrote this was like, okay, I got it. They just thought of the most misogynistic line of the woman saying, do you guys want any coffee? Do you want me to do something for you? And he was like, no, why don't you go back and bake some cookies? I was like, what the hell? What insult is that?
Oh, it's so fucking crazy.
So wait, what next movie are you guys going to review? Like what's the next horrible movie?
The next one, oh my god.
This week is Hatchet, which is not a horrible movie for me. I think Christina's gonna like it, but Keith made it very clear he didn't like it.
Yeah, Keith made it very
Which
clear
one's
he didn't like
Hatchet?
it.
I don't know.
Hatchet is from Adam Green. It's basically a nostalgic slasher throwback in the vein of like, Jason, Freddy, Michael Myers type stuff, and then the blood and guts in it are to the extreme. I don't mean in a way that you think they're real, but in a way that you think they're just comedically ridiculous.
Yes.
So this is the generic version of Friday the 13th. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yes and no.
Stefan's a little more passionate about it because this was one of his picks. I haven't seen it yet, but I think I'm gonna like it because I am the like a campy horror movie type person. Like I love Evil Dead. Like I love anything that will make me laugh while I'm watching it. Like Ginger Dead Man with Gary Busey. Done. I will watch that movie over and over again.
Ginger Dead.
Yes.
Have you
Child
thought,
play.
have you thought about something where you review those older movies like Evil Dead and like going back to ones that are just really great that you know are great, but talking about those as well as part of it?
Eventually,
Because
I'm
I'm always looking on Netflix for like an hour going, I'm afraid I'm going to waste an hour and a half, so I'm going to look for an hour and a half. And help out, a lot of viewers, like those ones, but also know some ones from the classic that you guys just love too.
Oh, of course. I mean,
Okay, I have a serious question though, and
Oh,
since
go
you
for it.
guys are basically
Well, mine
now
was
the new
serious.
professional, screw you.
I guess.
I'm kidding. Now that you talk to me. Why? How do you feel about sex scenes in horror movies? Like, what made people, or what made these filmmakers say they're already cuddling because she's scared? Let's throw in a sex scene to turn on the mood, and then when they get home, like, what's gonna make you want to have sex right after watching a horror movie? I would be thinking like something's under my bed or something's gonna chase me. Like that would kill my sex drive too. Like
Dry you up like COVID.
Well, I know like that's like a move that a guy would pull like on a first date to be like the girl like, oh, that's scary. And then they're like, it's okay. That's
it
a
works.
move right there.
It does work.
Yeah,
It
and
does
then
work.
with it being in the movie, that's more or less just to emphasize like the teen spirit, What are kids doing? They're out in the middle of the woods, they're smoking weed, they're drinking, and they're having sex. What better, like that just describes like that classic like 70s, 80s teenage vibe.
as a woman, I would have no sex drive because I'd be like, oh shit, I'm gonna get killed next. Like I'd be paranoid. Like someone's gonna slash me with my titties wide open. Like this is not gonna work. I do not want to have sex after watching this horror movie. Like I would think it would totally be a buzzkill.
That is exactly why I only have sex in the woods during the day.
Oh, Lord. Like the killer is sleeping, honey. Don't worry about it.
It's just easier to see which tree doesn't have bugs on it.
You give the deer something to dream about.
There you go.
Oh my Lord.
Those big bugs.
Dream or nightmare? No one will ever know.
The horror movie thing is true, man. I went on a date with this lady, and she was a beautiful lady from Africa, and she wanted to go see The Hills Have Eyes too.
Oh no!
Oh, that shit was. I want to leave. I'm scared. It's like you picked this movie, man.
You're the one. I've had people trick me into going to the theater to see a scary movie, like just because, like, I don't like seeing them in the theater. I like to react like in the comfort of my own home. I don't need people seeing how dramatic I can be. So, but this guy, he was like, oh yeah, we're going to go watch, it was some like action movie. And I was like, oh, okay, I can do that. And I was like, okay, we're at the theater, like, give me my ticket. And he's like, oh no, I'm just going to give it to the dude to rip, And I was like, no, it's okay. I can do it myself. He was like, no. I was like, something's off here. Show me the tickets. And it wasn't until after we got inside that he was like, yeah, we're going to go see Slither. That was the movie.
Wait. Are you talking about Slither with the horror movie?
Yeah. Michael Rooker.
I love that movie.
That was disgusting.
It was actually really good. I kind of loved it.
Mostly, it's all practical effects for the most part. There's a little bit of CGI, but they mostly did practical effects, and that's why it's just so gross and beautiful. And plus, the acting in that. Who was in that? It was Michael.
Elizabeth Banks.
Elizabeth
Had
Banks.
Michael Rooker, Elizabeth Banks, and
But Michael Rooker, that's the guy to watch. You know, Dad from Mallrats. Great
Mhm.
job.
Yeah, and it's directed by James Gunn, who also did Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, Volume 2, and
Yes.
so many other really good movies. He also did the new Suicide Squad. So if you haven't seen it, definitely.
I love that movie. I love
See, that
Slither.
would kill my
Slither's
sex
funny.
drive too. Like, why would I want to think about slithery ass fucking worms? Like,
Oh,
the
girl,
worst-
have you
It's
Have you
worse
seen
than that.
seen Teeth?
Oh,
I heard
Ah.
about it.
So Teeth
that's
is
a good
about
one to
a
Yeah,
girl
men.
who has teeth on her hoo-ha, and she
Yeah.
that's all I need to say.
It
She's
reminds
got teeth
me
in
of
her
a
hoo-ha.
yeah. Reminds me of a joke I heard a long time ago where someone says, this one guy wanted his kid to not, impregnate a woman too young, so he kept telling him that they had teeth down there. They have teeth down there. And finally, he gets married to a woman on the wedding night. She's like, "Are you going to do anything?" He goes, "No, you have teeth down there." She goes, "Let me show you." That's silly. So he looks down there for a while. He gets up. He goes, "You're right. You don't have teeth, but your gums are in terrible shape."
Oh
Okay,
my
I'm not
lord!
gonna. I think
Holy Buddha!
from what I've heard of that movie, I think it would be the perfect cock blocker and the best way to avoid having sex that night. Like, hey, honey, you want to watch a movie? Like, it's
You want to
perfect.
scare the shit out of a
right?
man? You show him teeth, or you ask him what time he was born.
What
It's those
time?
two.
What? I've never heard of that. Elaborate. What?
So there's witchy women. They can read your entire birth chart with the time that you were born. And now there's like, I've seen it all over Twitter. They're like just guys being like, if she asks you what time you were born, get out of there, leave. She's gonna find out everything about you. They're
So,
terrified.
so you do tarot readings too, right?
I do, yeah.
Ooh, tell us about that.
I mean, I've been doing it since I was like a teenager. I stopped for a while, but during pandemic, I was like, may as well brush up on my cards. And my mom taught me how to do it. I've been doing it for a long time, and I love doing it. It's really interesting. It's always interesting when people are like, "Give me a reading," and then you give them a reading, and they're like, "I was not prepared for that. I was not prepared for that. Like, how did you know? Like, how did cards say it?" I always tell people, if you don't want to know, don't ask. Because if I don't control what kind of tea the universe spills, like I don't have control over how deep it's gonna go into. Like, you think it may be fun and fluffy, it's not always like that.
By the way, for the audience, in case you don't know, tarot cards, we mean cards that show the fortune, not cards made out of a root.
Yes.
You know, it's funny. I keep getting randomly like these tarot card readings on my TikToks. So like it's algorithm based. So just like Instagram, random videos that are related to your searches or your likes and stuff will pop up. I swear, TikTok keeps saying I met my soulmate 5 times on a daily basis. And then it's also said, your ex is going to come back to you. Your ex is going to come back to you. I'm like, bitch, I ain't never going to go back that way.
Those are the TikTok accounts that are like, to claim this energy, you need to subscribe, you need to comment, you need to like, you need to do everything, and then you can claim that energy. Like, I've gone down the witch talk rabbit hole, and there's so many where you're just like, okay, really?
Well, I made the mistake of watching one video, and it got to the point where it was just like all this witchy and tarot stuff. And I'm like, I had to go not interested for like 3 days straight onto every single tarot and witch video. Cause I'm like, where are my puppy videos? Where are the people falling on their faces videos? Stop it.
TikTok's so weird like that too, because my feed is basically like the same thing. It's all tarot readings, it's all, star seeds, and then there's cat videos every once in a while. So I'm okay with it. But if you like one video, it's like, oh, so this is a passion for you. Let's show you all the videos.
Right.
Oh, that's why you can't look up any Joe Rogan. You can't, like, even if it comes up in your stuff, a Joe Rogan video on YouTube, if you do that, if you watch one, then your entire recommended is have you seen Joe Rogan talk about this? And have you seen Joe Rogan talk about this? Have you seen Joe Rogan talk about this? Have you seen Joe Rogan talk about what's wrong with your life, the way you need to
Have you
change?
seen Joe Rogan talk about taking DMT for the 5,000th time? No. Here's another one.
I'd love to get in his deprivation chamber, though. That looks dope. Have you seen pictures of that or videos of that?
Does he
what?
still have it, or because he had that in Malibu, but he's moved
Yeah.
to
I
Texas?
bet he paid to move that there.
See, like, because his new studio looks like a deprivation chamber. It's in this weird, like, small little. Yeah, it does.
looks like an underground bunker, like behind the scenes where you can't see. There's just canned goods and powdered milk for like years and years and years. I feel like Elon Musk told him something, and he was like, "Oh shit, I got to get out of California. Like, this is not good." Because Elon Musk is leaving California too, right?
Yeah, because
Well-
it financially benefits them too. I mean, they're all leaving because it financially benefits them too. But the reality is, they're going to come back regardless.
Hey,
What's in
get the
Texas?
fuck out. That's all I gotta say.
What's in Texas?
When we say leave, like, you mean take their manufacturing and all that, or like
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine.
I mean,
Like,
at some
there's
point in time,
plenty of
they're gonna be
jobs.
like, I can't fly back and forth. They're going to be like, I can't do this anymore. And they're going to move back.
Yeah, all the shit happens here or in New York. Just get over it. You have to live there. Yeah, Austin's nice, but there's only so much you can take.
Exactly.
Hi, Austin. I love you.
I mean,
So-
yeah.
Oh, we're gonna say sorry.
No, I just I think it's kind of like what is it? Sandra Bullock and maybe Matthew McConaughey. They have houses there, but I'm sure that they spend a lot of time in California. Yeah.
It's funny though. So Kanye West moved to Wyoming,
Okay.
and that makeup guru, that the
Jeffree
problematic
Star.
Jeffree Star, yeah, lives in Wyoming, and because they both live in Wyoming, they're apparently having a secret love gay affair.
See, I woke up yesterday
What the hell?
thinking that
That's
the
hot.
Kanye Jeffree Star scandal was just the wildest thing I was going to see. I was like, oh my God, this is going to take over Twitter. This is a scandal. And then people decided to storm the Capitol, and all of a sudden, like, nobody cared.
Wait, was the scandal that he was banging? The scandal was he was banging Kanye.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start this here. Let's keep it going. We haven't started it.
2021.
I wanted to keep going. I want to know whether Kanye is top or bottom.
Oh no.
Oh,
Well, Jeffree Star already made.
I don't want to know that at all.
I do though, because it's gonna be great for improv. Anyway,
So you also do tech
Okay.
services for these different comedy productions.
yeah, I do tech services. Mainly, I do all the Liar comedy stuff. I mean, I'm there for every single mic, every single show. And like they said before, that includes the showcases, shit show, and the roasts that we do every once in a while. But I do occasionally branch out. I help Keisha Norton with Friday Night Funnies.
Awesome.
Every once in a while, I'm her tech girl. I've done a couple of Sally Mullins shows that she's done independent, and then I did the Palm Springs International Comedy Festival
Nice.
this last year. That was a lot of fun. There was a lot of comedy though.
was it very international, or was it just people from was it like the World Series where it's just American? What we call it that, or was it like international?
It was, from what I saw, because I didn't stay on all 9 hours for all 7 days, but it was more just like people from around the country, and a lot of like Palm Springs energy. You know what I'm saying when I say like Palm Springs energy. It was very.
Cocaine
was-
heavy.
It was. It was for the older crowd.
Oh, yes. Hey, good trade. If we get there early enough, we get to sit under the tree, and that's the best spot
Yep,
to put our
that was it.
chance.
That was it.
Bring any extra
Dude,
underwear.
But they
Hey.
were all lovely people. Like, I mean, the shows that they would come to, like we had a blue comedy show that Sally Mullins hosted, and
Right.
it was, I mean, It was so fun. But they stayed and they loved it. They loved the dirty shit. They loved it.
Sally Mullins. Try going on after her at an open mic. Oh, Jesus Christ, this is hard.
Yeah,
She's so great.
She's already destroyed this room. I think they're gonna go get a drink now. Damn it.
Mama Sally is awesome. I love when she goes
She's
up
so
like
good.
towards the end because she'll call back on every single person, and it's so much fun to watch.
Oh yeah. So when you guys get a chance, go on to Amazon Prime, look up Sally Mullins. Sleazy Does It. It's awesome.
Sleazy does it. Yep.
Awesome.
were
And if
there
you
for
remember,
the-
she was our third or fourth guest.
Yeah, it was. I believe it was.
Thoyd. I think it was Thoyd. I can only remember up to 5. Then I have to start looking it up. Sorry, everyone.
Whoa,
Like,
whoa,
oh,
whoa,
after
Nick,
that.
Nick is saying, Christina, that you have a 3 men and a baby thing behind you.
No.
What is that?
No,
What
she
is-
has Ed hitting a drape,
No,
doesn't she?
Yeah, that's the man behind the curtain. That's where Ed does his interviews at
Real
like the
road.
open mics, and I'm at the kitchen counter because we're in the same space. Like I said, I date Ed Roesgen, so that's
Yeah.
that's why I got into tech services. Actually,
But that's
That's-
not how she got the gig, everyone.
no.
That's not it. She didn't use some clout.
There was
She
a
has
mouse
her own.
couch.
I'm a professional. Damn it!
So Nick,
He's
there you
opening
go.
the drape now. I think he heard us. How's it going, Ed?
Who's playing EverQuest back there? Who's kidding?
The,
Ooh,
the theory has
EverQuest.
been debunked. The man is playing not with himself, but with a game.
That's right.
Yes,
Right. Damn it.
It's not a ghost.
it's
our
Ever.
past- It's our
Yeah.
past.
Yeah.
Do you
what's
play
another
the
guess?
video games too, Christina?
I used to. Like I used to when I had video game consoles, I was big into it. Now I just have my laptop, so I stick to Sims 4. And when he's on a quest and he needs to spend hours working on this, trying to get this one shield, I'm like, all right, time to crank up the Sims and spend hours in the
The question
simulation.
everybody's waiting for you to answer is: do you still end up with a baby in an oven?
You definitely can.
Oh,
It's
and
possible.
Sims. Oh yeah, I think you can.
Yeah.
you can.
One of the most famous memes is the baby on fire and the mom just playing the internet, playing on the internet. Like, this is cool. Baby's on fire. Yay! Yay for Sims and their lifelike stuff. I love it when you like take Sims and you like put them in like an area where you take away the door.
Oh my god! And just watch them flail around and
Yeah.
they freak out. They freak out. I used to, I remember those days in like the original like Sims on like PlayStation, where you'd be like, all right, let's lock them in a room, let's put them in a pool and take out the ladder. Fun, wholesome things.
Do you
That was a
think
callback to Locked in a
everything
Room with Keith Rosen and Ed Graver.
Do you think that everything would have been prevented had Casey Anthony played Sims instead?
I don't know. She's an oddball. She's an odd duck. Did you know they want to give her a reality show?
No,
Yeah,
I thought she was blacklisted.
No, not anymore apparently. Like she wanted to do a reality show, but to like find love, but she found a boyfriend and I think she's pregnant again, or they're trying to get pregnant. Like,
What
Why?
we have learned,
What
what we have learned from our current president is that sociopaths and psychopaths are very successful at reality TV for some reason.
Because they're entertaining. They don't care what you know.
They are. They're
They do all their
entertaining.
dirty laundry. They don't care.
Problem is that when you realize that, like, oh shit, this is a reality show and they're actually doing the bad shit. This isn't script. This isn't like, some Seinfeld episode where Elaine's just fucking up, or George, like, oh my gosh, these people are really fucking up.
Yeah, this
But-
is their real lives.
But does that make Casey Anthony Democratic since she's pro-choice?
Oh Lord.
Wait, that's you just made my brain hurt.
You made Dan's brain hurt, Stacy. Damn it.
Made my brain hurt.
That was deep.
But no, it wasn't deep. It was like, it's like when it says don't dive in this water here. and you go for it anyway. No, sorry, I'm being mean.
Did I finally cross that line that Dan usually crosses?
No, a different one, but it's fine.
Well, we want to thank Christina, and we want to thank
thank
Keith,
you guys.
and we want to thank Ed Roesgen for coming out and hanging out with us, and hanging out with all of you guys. We want to also thank Anthony, Nick. Who else we got here? Sergio. Who else? Tina Shen. I think
Names.
names.
More names, and everybody else that's watching right now.
We need to. Actually, everyone who's watching, if you guys could leave a comment saying you're watching, I'm going to reach out to you, get your mailing information, because I'd like to send our viewers for this episode a Therapy of the Absurd shirt and sticker. So if you guys could comment, and I'll reach out maybe within the next day or two.
Our last promotion, people did not understand that we somehow need to get your address to send you shit. So please give us a way to have your address so we can send you shit.
Please comment, because I won't know if you watched that
not Corona. Shit.
So, but we'll get you. Yeah, we will send you shit. Not Corona, not actual shit. I won't use a bucket or nothing in the backyard to send you surprise. It will be good shit. Shit
Yes.
in a positive.
Yes, positive shit.
Why you gotta
Yes,
call
we wanna-
it shit?
But by the way, and just let
Stop.
you could message Therapy of the Absurd on Facebook. You could message us on, I think, YouTube. You could message us somehow. I think
At
I don't
Therapy
know.
of the Absurd
You've
at
never messaged me
Gmail.
on YouTube.
.com, Therapy of the Absurd at gmail.com. Yes. I want to thank
Yeah.
everybody for watching and hanging out with us. And we'll see everyone next Thursday. Does anybody else have anything they want to promote?
Wait. Put on Nick's comment there.
Sergio said it.
Wait on Nick's
I hate
comment.
to-
It's funny. It's funny.
Liar comedy, yay!
No, it's funny. She's secretly sending everyone COVID. She licked the stickers.
I hate to break it to you, Nick. Unfortunately, I no longer had COVID. I wanted to go to the Century Mall when that protest broke down, but then I was like, shit, I don't have COVID anymore. This fucking blows. I'm kidding. Please don't think it's an act of terrorism. I'm kidding.
She licks the stickers. That's too funny, Nick. Oh. I just saw that.
Liar comedy tells us positive shit is good. Yes,
Right.
positive shit.
Liar
That is
comedy.
actually a good self-help book title. Positive shit is good.
It is.
Stop with negative shit. Get positive shit going on.
Anybody
I'll
got any shows coming up? Or
I got
anything?
shows, I got a show tomorrow. Funny, what is it called? Friday Funnies. It's a USA, like it's I don't know. It's a wonderful show.
Friday Night Funnies?
Not Friday, not tomorrow. Not tomorrow. I haven't done Keisha's show in a while. I heard you as I was running around. But
Okay.
yeah, love Keisha's show. I've done her show 2 or 3 times. I think the last time I did it was October. So maybe I'll reach out because I'd love to do it in February if she's got room on the docket. But I love doing her show. 40 plus shows in consecutively. No, but I've got a show. It's Funny America. It's something. It's tomorrow. I'll post it on there.
It's something. She's so busy. It's
No, but I want to get the title right because the guy who's doing it, it's a USA something, but it's Funny Fridays, and it was something that he was doing virtually, and he was doing it overseas, and now he's doing it. He's back home in the States. Also, I want to invite everybody out. We are in the face of everything. We are celebrating the historic win of Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff on Tuesday with a victory for Georgia show on Sunday, which will culminate our 5 weeks of Giggles for Georgia shows that did fundraising and raised awareness about the runoff. And I always brag. I always tell people that the largest percentage of fundraising for the runoffs actually came out of California. And so I just feel like it's just such a testament to the fact that we all have a role in this thing. And so we have since we won, obviously, then we are having a victory show on Sunday, and then join me on Tuesday for the weekly flap at Flappers. This week we've got Rodney Perry. We're really excited. He's a good friend and a mentor. And so we've got Rodney Perry, and we've got Mary Kennedy on the show, and I'm your co-host of the weekly flap, Dana Keel. I'll put it all on Therapy of the Absurd. It's like saying rural, hard to say sometimes. My friend Joanna Gosling she shared that, and I was like, it's true. Rural sounds weird, like when you say it, if no one thinks about it. But anyway, I'll post
Roads.
Say that again.
Roads.
Roads. I will put
roads. Like roads is a funny word.
I'll put all of it on Therapy of the Absurd on our site, you guys. But please join us. Really would love to have everybody out Friday, but really we want to celebrate big on Sunday after the insurrection yesterday. We want to celebrate big, celebrate democracy, celebrate that we flipped the Senate, and or even out, however you want to call it.
May yesterday go down in history as the losers' coup.
May it not go
losers coup.
May it not go down in history. May it be forgotten.
I think we need to remember to not ever elevate anyone that was there or supported it ever again. So let's put it in history so we remember. I think it's going to happen whether or not. I don't write history books. If anyone don't start emailing me or sending me a message on Facebook like, you got something wrong during the JFK assassination. I don't write the history books, so don't tell me.
Oh yes. Do you have any shows or anything you want to shout out?
Yeah,
Christina?
I was gonna say we have three showcases we have three shows that we're doing this month with Liar Comedy. We have the showcase that they mentioned this Saturday with our host Jess Winters. Yay! And headliner Willie Mack. It's gonna be amazing. Then we have the next Saturday after that, we're doing the roast of 2020. So it's going to be a roast of just that dumpster fire of a year we just had. And on the 23rd, we're going to do the shit show. So that's what we got going on for Liar Comedy. And all of the Eventbrites and information, we post it on our Instagram. So if you follow us on Instagram, you'll be in the loop.
And what's the Instagram for everybody?
At Liar Comedy, just all one word.
The
most trusted name in comedy.
Yes. Yep. It's like when we say something happened the other day. No, it didn't.
Exactly.
It fucking didn't. It might have been years ago. It might have been months ago. You don't know. The other day.
So like that, Liar Comedy on IG.
Yep.
All right, there you go, guys. That's where you get all the show info. Liar Comedy on IG, on Instagram.
Yep, and we post daily pretty much.
Nice. Dan, do you have anything you want to throw out?
Not at the moment. Trying to get ready to go get another show. I know I can, do some of the same jokes, but I'm trying to find if I could put in some other new ones that are, so I got to find a show. Basically, I'm lying. I have to find a show. So yeah.
Flapper chickens, bro. Flapper chickens. So
you never make it. You just have to find the next gig. Anyway,
yeah,
I'm trying to get used to that now, as I've been told. They bring everyone
Liar Comedy.
That's us.
That's right. And I'm just writing stuff. Don't have anything really to promote too much, but I will say this: we have this podcast, Therapy of the Absurd, every Thursday night at 8 p.m. And then every Friday, there's a podcast I do with Christina called Sick Folks of Cinema. And you can find that.
Sick Folks of Cinema. Sick Folks.
And you can find both Therapy of the Absurd and Sick Folks of Cinema on YouTube. So go check both of those out. All right. We'll see everybody next week. Thank you.